everyone, it's Kate Denning here from the Spiritual Realm in Australia. I'm here today on A1R Psychic Radio. Now, I'm a clairvoyant and I use the tools that I work with are tarot, crystal ball, tea leaf reading and palmistry. And today I wanted to talk to you about tea leaf reading. Here in Australia, we've had some wonderful tea houses around which have died over the years. And I started doing tea leaf reading probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And I just love it. It's such an easy tool and I get so much out of it. So today I wanted to show you a few things and show you how easy it is. And I'll show you some pictures of some readings that I've done. And then our first caller, I'm actually going to do a tea leaf reading for, okay? But our first one here is one that I did. Now, I'm hoping that you can see this. I'm going to hold it up to the screen. And just here, just in there, you can see a fairy, okay? Can you all see that? Anyway, this was one of my cups a few weeks ago. Now, the fairy means enchantment, joy, and unusually good fortunes. So I'm hoping I think I might win the lotto maybe. And it'd be lovely, wouldn't it? And if you go onto a Facebook page that I've got, and it's called Tea with Milk and Honey, okay? I might even change it over to Kate Denning so you can find it easier. And on there, 2 weeks in a row, I got a Pegasus in my cup. Now, you can scroll down the page and you can actually see the picture of the Pegasus in the cup. And that's rising above a problem, desires and achievements fulfilled, something great that's going to happen, and something like, Olympic endeavours, and it's also the carrier of the light. So I had no idea what these symbols were going to mean. And then only, it was about 2-3 weeks ago, I got the email from A1R Psychic Radio asking me if I would like to have my own show. And it's something that I'd never thought about doing before, really. So I'm really excited to be here with you and have this opportunity. So, at the time I had no idea what it meant, but now I know what it does. And I quite often see dragons in the cup too. And if you see behind me, this is actually a dragon on the wall hanging there. So dragons turn up quite often for me, and I was born in Year of the Dragon. And that's also about obstacles, challenges. It's also great power, sudden changes, upheaval, good luck, material gain, longevity, which also matches the line that I've got on my hand because I do palmistry as well too. So it's about great things that are happening. So I have had some wonderful things happen in the recent weeks. So it's all been very accurate to what is coming up for me now. So another one I'd like to show you is I have a gentleman that comes to see me. He's probably seen me about 4 or 5 times now. And anyway, each time he comes to see me, there's always a horse in the cup. Now, usually a horse would mean if there's a rider on it, there's money coming in, wanting freedom. In some countries, the horse can foretell death. Not that I would do that in a reading, but overall, it's a good luck symbol. But the very first time I did a reading for this guy, there was a beautiful horse in his cup, and you could tell it was a pedigree and quite tall, and it had this little guy sitting on top of the horse. Anyway, I asked him if anyone in the family was a trainer, a horse trainer, and his uncle was. So his uncle had come through for him, and this is my way of doing mediumship. So I do get messages from spirit, but I like to use the tools. Anyway, so in the cup, there was also the number 17, the letter W, the letter M, and here in Australia we've got the biggest race that we've got here is called the Melbourne Cup, which is held in November. But the lead up to that, there's another one that's also called the Cox Plate, which is one of the races that I think the horses from there might go into the Melbourne Cup. I'm not too sure. Anyway, the letter W was the horse's name, Winx, and the letter M was on the back of the guy's shirt, and I think it was race 8, which was the number 17. But the number 17 is also your star card in tarot, okay? So it's all about your wishes and your dreams coming through. And I see 17 all the time, and we're also in 2017. So this year is also about shining your star bright. You know, your wishes and your dreams coming true, and what you think about comes about. So be very careful what you wish for as well too, because your wishes will be granted, because mine certainly have been. So anyway, the number 17, when you reduce that, you add them together, the 7 and the 1, it comes to 8. So I think that was the race number, okay? So anyway, Winx came first. Now the following year, did the tea leaf reading, and there was a horse with a cup in its mouth. So to me, the horse had actually already won the race before. So the following year, the Cox Plate in 2016, Winx won again, okay? And I put a couple of dollars on it, which was really good. So I won some money, but the odds aren't crash hot with the horse racing. I'd rather put my money on lotto. Not that my chances are any better there. Now, I'm going to show you a photo here because I've taken a photo of another one that we did for this gentleman. So this one here, you can see the horse's head. And it's just amazing what you can actually see in the teacup. Now, if you have a look here, you can see 2 guys like doing a high five, okay? And then when I turn it around, it reminds me of the beginning of the boat, like an old Egyptian boat. And sitting on top of the boat actually looks like a pyramid. There was also an ankh in the picture, and also in the shadows there were more pyramids. So to me, I was seeing a whole lot of Egyptian symbols, and I asked him, I said, are you going overseas? Are you looking at going to Egypt? And he said, no, I'm not. He said, but there's an actual horse called Egyptian Symbol. Well, he was in a race only about 2 weeks after we did the reading, and yes, he came first, and we had another one that came second only a few weeks ago. So it's really quite interesting what you can actually pick up from the teacup and how clear the pictures are. So I'm going to do a reading for someone today with the teacups, but you can also translate that to your crystal balls, okay, because it's scrying. You know, looking up in the clouds and you see symbols in the clouds. You know, I remember doing it as a child and we would see all these different animals and things. Or looking at the patterns on the tiles in your bathroom or on your floor. Okay, so you can pick up images from that. And universally, they pretty much all mean the same thing worldwide, okay? You can go and get yourself a tea leaf reading book. I've got a great one from Carolyn Dow, and I'm also in the midst of writing one myself because I'm actually going to be running a webinar, which I'm just putting together now, so keep your eye out. But the webinar is teaching you how to do tea leaf reading and how to become your own psychic. So I'm really excited about that too. So the show actually came in really good timing because here I am working with my webinar, and what I want to do is actually get out there and help other people start their own businesses and enjoy life like I do. You know, it's just an absolutely wonderful industry. So if you're interested in that, just keep up to date with me. Send me a message. You can go to my Facebook page, which is The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning. Or I'm also have my own website, which is www.thespiritualrealm.com.au. Okay, so you can go in, and I'm just fixing up the website now. You can still see things on there, but there's still some updating that I need to do, so you can't book on there yet. And for the month of July, I'm also offering cheaper Skype calls as well too, so it'll be $20 off if you do a Skype call. Sorry, my phone was just updating. I'll just turn the sound off. Okay. Now, another one that I've got here, how are we going for time? I'm going to do a reading in a minute, okay? So I'll just show you this one here. So this one here, you can see a lady, okay? See the lady there? She looks like Mary Poppins. And next to her, you can see an arm, okay? Now, with this particular reading, the lady that I was reading for was in my meditation group. She's just moved away from the area. And she remembers being in a train accident. And it happened actually before she was born. She just said to her mum, she said, I remember being there. And the mum said, well, how could you be? Because you hadn't even been born until 5 years later. And anyway, we looked it up. She looked it up on Google, and the accident, there was the first lady that they came across had actually lost her arm in the accident. So it was just funny that we were talking about that, and then that shows up in the teacup, so how relevant it is. Now, the crystal ball that I use is only quite small. See, it's only not much bigger than a golf ball. And I get so much information from this. And every time I look at it over the years, I still see different things in there. I just love the energies of the crystal ball. I don't know much about crystals themselves. I do love my clear quartz though, okay, because that also helps enhance the properties of all the other tools around you as well too. Okay, so how are we going here? Have we got anyone that's rung up that wants to have a reading? Okay, I have got Kendrin from Dallas. Hi, Kendrin, are you there?
I am here. Hi, Kate.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Now, you're from Dallas. What's the weather like? What's the weather like there? Because here it's beautiful in sunny Queensland. We're about 20 degrees today, and it's winter.
Oh, nice. We are about in the 90s, and it's very humid.
Oh, actually, I don't mind the humidity. I would much prefer it over the cold. I'm not very good in the cold climates. Okay, so now with you, I was actually, so with the tea leaf reading, so what I've done here, I've already got a teacup that I've had this morning, okay, and I'll show you what I'm seeing here, okay, and then I'll explain it and you can let me know how it resonates with you. So we've got the number 7. Now, I'm not too sure if you can see that or not. What I'll do, though, I'll put it up on my Facebook page later, okay, so you can actually see the images there. But the number 7 is good luck, okay? It might be a Capricorn that's in your life, and it's also about when you're going out and thinking about your personal image as well too, because it's about your public image, okay? So what type of work do you do?
I am a loss enrichment coordinator at a retirement independent living facility in a community setting.
Okay, so you are out there all the time with everyone?
Yes.
Now, did you have a question for me?
I do. My husband and I are going through some really good changes, some positive changes, and we're hoping to find a home soon. And so I would like to know what lies for finding a home and for our marriage together.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, what was your name again? Sorry, I just want to write this down.
It's okay. It's Kendra.
Kendra. Mm-hmm. Okay, Kendra. Okay, so you're looking for a new place. Now, are you looking at actually moving out of the area? Because what was it? You're in Dallas, was it? Or Texas?
No, we're looking to move close to our work space, which is only about 20-30 minutes from each other.
Okay. Now, is there a forest area around near you?
Not really. It's mainly the city, but we're hoping to find something more in the forest or country-like.
Because I was having a look at my crystal ball, Okay, and what I actually saw in there was a house. You could see your neighbours. They were still close enough that you could go and talk to them, okay, but you had that space in between. So it might have been, on a bigger block, maybe a couple of acres, okay. So I've got this forest around you, and do you have deer around that area?
Bees?
Deer. D-E-E-R.
Deer. Oh.
Yeah, the animals.
There are deer. I don't know if they're
because
close to this area.
Okay, because I was actually seeing, looking in the crystal ball, I could see a house with forest around, like I could see the trees around you. I could see the neighbour not too far behind you, but still close enough. Far enough away that you had, a bit of freedom, okay, a bit of space for yourself, and then I was just seeing a small house, and I was seeing like a deer around the house as well too. Now the forest also means like unconscious fears, okay? It means that you really need to think things through before you do it, okay? But then if you've been going through some problems, this means that you're coming out of it now as well too. So things should be good for you, okay? But I want you to, do you have a caravan?
I do not.
Okay, because I'm wondering if there's maybe a little bit of work that needs to be done to the property that you want to look at, or you're going for a trip and maybe hiring a caravan to go away, like a RV to go away as well too. Were you thinking about going away?
Yeah, we were actually going to ask my parents to buy their RV.
Oh, you are you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I could see that in the crystal ball. Okay, so, and I also saw two, so it's like a decision between either one or the other, there's two that you've picked, and you're just not too sure which way to go. I think one's a little bit older, more old-fashioned, with the round ends on it. These new ones that are coming out are just like big bricks, okay, but this has got the old-fashioned slope at the front, rounded end, okay? But yeah, I was seeing two caravans there in the crystal ball. So I do see you getting that. I see you moving and getting a new house, and I'm thinking that the house also needs a little bit in improvement as well to the house that you're getting.
Okay.
Okay, so I hope that helps. But yes, I do see it for you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Kendra. Thanks for calling. Have a great weekend. We're nearly here. Okay. Bye. Okay. Now, do we have another caller? Randy, was it? Randy in California? Oh, sorry, Randy, we've lost you. Okay, you might have to... So do we have someone else that's coming in? Okay, Randy, I'll still do the reading for you because I still had things coming through for you, okay? So hopefully you're listening and you can always go to the archive and you can check later. So what I've got for you, Randy, is the number 7. So 7 might be a special number for you. Hi, Randy. How are you?
Oh, blessed and wonderful. Thank you very much, Kate. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Okay, Randy, do you have any questions?
I guess I just need something that would give me some clarity over the next 5 years when it comes down to rebuilding my life right now.
Okay, all right. Now, what I was seeing for you was a rocket, which is either something being like something starting new. It might be a new business. It might be a new child coming into your life, someone around you that's going to have a child that you're very close to. And it can also mean a new romance as well too. There's also the butterfly, which is about change, domestic harmony. Now, it could also represent a spirit that comes through that's coming to see you, okay? And we see the butterflies around us in times of need. Now, another one that came through is the cat. Now, the cat is about finding our own independence, okay? Being wary of who is around us and checking people out before we let them into our hearts, okay? It's also about our psychic abilities and things getting stronger for us and following your gut instinct, okay? There's also the pig as well too that I'm seeing. So the pig is about financial success. Emotional problems will be solved. You know, a pig is like happy as a pig in mud, okay, is the saying. So things are looking really good for you. The fish, I've got a fish in there for you. The fish is about good fortune, money, success, invitations to dinner, a Pisces sign around you, and you are going to lead a charmed life.
That's wonderful to know.
A sock in there, which represents a present coming through, and also an anchor, which is about being weighed down and you actually need to move on. So pull that anchor up and move on. So anything that's not working for you, get rid of it and move on. Okay? So I hope you've enjoyed that. That sounds like everything's going to be like really fabulous for you. Yes.
Yes, it actually gives you something wonderfully to look forward to for the next few years.
Okay. Well, if you want to go back and listen to this, and I'll put the picture up there as well too, and because I was going to do the teacup for the last caller, but it turned out it was actually the other way around. But I'm going to put it up on my page, okay, The Spiritual Realm with Kate Denning, and all your information will be on there, okay? Anyway, you have a lovely weekend. And
you too.
We're just a bit. Okay, see you later.
Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye, Candy. Okay, so we're just going to, we're just about finished up now, so I just wanted to thank you all for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you next week, okay? Same time, same place, so keep safe, and you can go on and check me on Facebook, The Spiritual Realm, with Kate Denning, and my website is www.thespiritualrealm.com.au, and I will be doing a special on Skype reading, so I can talk to anyone all over the world. And next week we're going to be looking at palmistry. So even though I can't read anyone's palms online, what I will be able to do is I want to show you some lucky symbols, okay? So I will put pictures up of lucky symbols, and then you'll be able to look at your hands and see if you have those. And we'll also have the archive so you can go back to, and you can also go to my Facebook page for any more information. And in October, I will also be doing a webinar on that. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Keep safe, and I shall see you again this time next week. Bye.